Hi, in today's Bible study question for you, we're going to ask a question that's going to help you along the way in learning how to massage the Father into revealing to you how you, personally, in your life, can employ tactics that will help you to gain authority over the powers and principalities that are plaguing you and others. If you've already seen this, just skip right to the Bible question. These videos were designed by me for you. I have over 1,000 hours of Bible study under my belt. That's enough to get a doctorate 3 times over. The purpose of these videos is to help you to see normal, everyday scriptures in extraordinary, hyper, kingdom-focused ways. Now, I'm going to level with you. For most of you, the things that you hear from this channel, they're not going to agree with you at first. These hours of Bible study were not spent at a Bible college. They were not spent in a church. These hours of Bible study were spent with me and the Creator of the universe. And the purpose of this study over the last 5 to 7 years was not to go out and teach people. That's just where I am right now, several years later. The purpose of this Bible study was to read the scriptures to change me. Now, you probably are going to hear these things at first and maybe cringe a little bit. And that's because a lot of the concepts that you hold dear, you might even have an emotional attachment to these things. But these things that you hold dear, these concepts are going to work against what you hear in a lot of these videos. I ask you to stick with it. Not to get angry or emotional or assume that I'm wrong. Recognize that the lies of the enemy are woven into every person to start with. My prayer is that the Father gives you the maturity to be able to hear the answer to the question all the way through. Because what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing these concepts working together in your life to help renew your mind, to help put you in a place where you're not thinking with the old, death-centered, fleshly, dirty mind. Your mind is going to start being renewed. These concepts are going to start changing who you are. If you put your life in the hands of Messiah Yeshua and couple that with the hearing of these Bible study questions for you, there's no way that you are not going to start thinking differently. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Is the world going to fight against this? Yes. The world is definitely at odds with these thoughts. Is this going to be difficult? At times it is possibly going to be difficult. It's going to be work. But you know what? I'm here to help you through it. And above all, Yeshua is here to help you if you have truly handed your life over to Him, so that you and your mind will be like clay in the potter's hands. I'm very excited to be bringing you this channel, Bible study questions for you. Enjoy this video. Make sure that you like the video. That is so incredibly important. You're literally spreading the gospel when you like the video. It's incredibly important that you subscribe to the channel. That's telling the Father that you're willing to continue to hear Him, that you don't want to cut Him off mid-sentence, that you're willing to allow Him to work in your life. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel is incredibly valued and highly appreciated. Thank you for being here. Enjoy this video. Today's Bible study question hones in on verses 13 through 17 of Galatians chapter 1. That's Galatians chapter 1, verses 13 through 17. Here's the question. Paul further solidifies his authority in the matter in verses 13 through 17. Apparently, Paul having authority over these people is very important to him. How? Paul further solidifies his authority in the matter in verses 13 through 17. How does he further solidify his authority in this matter? Further, why does he mention being separated from his mother's womb? All right, here is the answer. Paul solidifies his authority in the circumstance of them falling for a similar but false gospel. Remember the very first question in this series. What is the thing that this whole letter is about? What is the problem that Paul is working towards fixing? The problem is that they were on the way, remember? But then they quickly diverted to something that looks like a gospel but actually isn't. It's a false gospel. So he comes in there splitting hairs. So he solidifies authority in this matter of them falling for a false gospel by making it known that his life experience for decades was him living in deception to a false gospel. He is not somebody who cannot relate to what they are experiencing. You can find that in verses 14 and 16. Okay, why does he mention being separated from his mother's womb? For several reasons. This addresses how miraculously powerful Elohim is, performing not just monumental miracles, but also daily miracles that are often overlooked as being not by his hand, like childbirth. Secondly, in this, he is subtly claiming Elohim's authority over them. He's the one who made them. He's also inviting them to accept this authority. There's only a few authorities out there. He's inviting them to accept the right one. Thirdly, he is acknowledging and accepting Elohim's authority over himself. And lastly, when I say lastly, I don't mean this is the last thing that can be found here. It's the last thing that's on this particular list. He is pointing to the fact that it is Yeshua who orchestrated his entire life, giving him exactly the experiences he lived through prior to and after the day he began walking justly. Hallelujah.